Hello, 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 and happy Monday morning. I am Colleen Biggs, and I am the host of the Member Monday Spotlight morning show that we do every single week, where we bring another member of the community to the spotlight. And today we're going to be speaking with Mary Scott of Business Riff. And this is our special holiday edition because it's the week of Thanksgiving for all of those of you here in the United States. So I'm super happy to be here on this Monday as we're all preparing for maybe family coming in town or some time off later this week, and then feverish shopping on Friday. Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Colleen. It's great to be back.
Well, since we're talking about getting visibility with ease for your brand, why don't we just talk about this right here? This is a spotlight that I do every Monday morning, and I bring a different member of the Leap community forward to talk and give tips to business owners on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So now the digital SEO footprint is expanding for Mary. The digital SEO footprint expands for me because now we're promoting on all the different channels. And it also gives visibility not only for my brand, but for Mary's brand, because that's what we're talking about today. And Mary, it's that easy, isn't it?
It is that easy. And you just grab those links and share and tell everybody, oh, I was just on Colleen's Member Monday. Yay.
Yes. That's exactly what you do. And it's recorded and you can share these. And then what you can do is share this video, right, Mary? And then on your LinkedIn, you can share it from mine to repost on yours with tips. Today, I gave tips on, now you make it about you. I gave tips on this, this, and this. If you want to know how you can get this visibility for your business, let's schedule a quick call. Right? So you have a show that you do. Do you want to talk about why you produced it?
I do. And one of the reasons I love startup businesses, I want startup businesses to be wildly successful. And I went looking, and there were not a whole lot of YouTube videos with advice for startups. So I started this podcast almost 2 years ago. There have been over 110 episodes at this point. It's once a week, folks. It's easy enough to get your 15 minutes in there on Tuesdays at 2:00, be consistent, be regular, and do it, and stream it to Facebook Live and just be out there doing it. And I've been able to interview all kinds of experts in the startup area with practical, tactical advice for startups. So there's all of these episodes available. And I have also interviewed a whole lot of investors. So people in the startup community that need investor money now have investors who are telling them this is what you need to do when you talk to us. So that you can cherry pick which investors you're going to pitch to and make sure your pitch lands.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're doing the shows so you get to meet people, right? So talk to us about how it's attracting, right? I wrote that book a long time ago called Step Into the Spotlight to expand your influence and attract the right client. And we talk a lot about client attraction, but I find that most people are out there fishing, pushing, pulling, and they feel like it's exhausting. And that's why businesses don't make it. They die because they get exhausted. So let's talk about the ease into getting that brand visibility, which it's really easy to get out there and do videos and invite people, or the attraction that you get to your show. Now it's brought you people, you've attracted the right people. Now you get to have those conversations and then do follow-ups and make appointments. How has that been working for you?
It's working great for two reasons. Every time I interview somebody, it's a win-win. So asking someone to be a guest on my podcast, I get very few people saying no, thank you. Just because it's visibility for them. It's a chance for them to talk about what they do or showcase how they can really be of benefit to the startup audience.
For sure.
It's also great for me because anybody I interview goes, oh, talk to her. She has information.
Yeah.
So it starts relationships. It impacts relationships in a very positive way because it's a win-win. and we can repurpose these things. So yeah, having met a lot of people, I'm developing a lot of credibility for myself as a startup business expert and showcasing all these other folks. So anybody else who's in the space, I'm looking for podcast guests. And it has gotten me to the point now I'm going to be starting a new podcast in the new year, in addition to this one. And the tentative title is I'll Buy That. And purchasing agents from big companies telling the audience, how do you become a vendor? How do you do business with this big company, and who exactly you need to contact to get that thing started? Looking forward to some success there as well.
I love that. And you're right. If they can just book a quick 15 minutes with you to find out if you guys have great synergy, you can suggest the different shows that you have that you think would be great for them, for you to promote them, for them to promote themselves, because they're not only promoting you, but they're promoting themselves as well. There's a synergy that comes with this promotion. And let's talk about grassroots. I feel that a lot of grassroots efforts have gone to the wayside, like direct mail, because people are like, why send a postcard? Why get in people's mail? It doesn't really make sense. And I'll tell you, grassroots efforts can be as easy as thank you cards, can be as easy as gratitude cards, can be as easy as sending a postcard to someone that's about them, right? And not necessarily marketing about you. And it could be as easy as going down to your local library. Mary, tell them about your local library and what you've been doing there.
Talk about a win-win. The local library. If you want any information at all about who's in town doing whatever, talk to your local reference librarian. She knows all kinds of stuff that you have no idea. On top of the fact that you can do informational workshops at your local libraries. And once you're into the system, you can potentially book stuff at all the different branches. And it's a way to get information out to the community about something that's really vital to them, that they are either in a position to do themselves with your help, or figure out that this is something that has to be done and they don't want to do it, so they're going to hire you.
Right. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And that was a conversation that you had with the local librarian, right? And so you had that conversation, and then now you're down there doing regular workshops and speaking at the library, correct?
I am. I'm in the St. Louis County Library System. I'll be doing a workshop on December 27th on how to pitch, whether it's to clients or to investors. So local business people and their local incubators are going to be coming to get some really good tips on how to pitch successfully. And hopefully I'll get some business out of it as well.
That is doing business with ease. That's what I call it, right? Doing business with ease, because you are attracting the people to that workshop that need what you're teaching. So how many of you out there aren't teaching the easy pieces of your business that you think it's just common sense to you, right? So you think, oh, everybody already knows this. The fact of the matter is they don't. You think they do, but they don't. You would think, Mary, right, that everyone would know how to pitch their business to an investor, or how to pitch their business, to someone who they would want to be involved in their business. And the truth of the matter of the fact is they don't. But the strategies that you can teach them. So tell us what else you're doing locally for some grassroots efforts.
Local stuff has to do with getting involved in local events in your space. So if you're a wellness coach, make sure that you're involved in the farmers markets and the local wellness conferences. Or if all of the spa owners have an association in your locality, you should be talking to them. And if they don't, you should create one.
I'm so glad you said that.
Ways to collect people locally. It's not about competition, it's about collaboration, and there's enough business out there for everyone. So you have to start with that attitude, and then you can do just about anything.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna share a quick story. So one of, my clients that hired, me for the 12-week year, so I do quarterly, 4 of these a year, starting in January, and I do them every quarter. It's called the 12-week year. It's based off the book, The 12-Week Year. I just moderate and bring women together and help them set those goals to achieve those goals. One of the ladies, Marie Perez, she said, "I wanna build out what my business used to look like and start doing more local workshops." So what did she do? One of her first goals was to join the farmers market. So she joined the farmers market because she teaches people how to cook delicious foods gluten-free. Okay, so that's what she teaches. And so she brings gluten-free gifts and treats and sells them. And then she built a flyer for her first workshop because her goal was to start workshops, right? So her next goal was that she needed to build the awareness and print the flyers and get them down there. She had over 20 people to her first workshop, all because she got recognition from being at the farmers market to start, to kind of build that audience, and then the flyers inviting them because now they loved her food, and she's teaching them how to read labels and do simple things like that most people don't understand how, to eat healthy. And so that's what she's teaching. And so, like you said, locally, that's what she did, and it worked perfectly. And now she's got another workshop that's already scheduled and people are already registering. And it all started because she got visibility for herself at a local farmers market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that easy. It
and
really is.
there are niches that you're not as aware of. So for example, if there is a minority owned newspaper in your community, get them to do a story about you. Get them to open up what you do to their community. St. Louis has something called the International Institute, where I can go and talk about how to set up a business in St. Louis to all of these immigrants who have tremendous skills, but not sure how to work it here. So being helpful can be very profitable.
Yes. Now tell us about your YouTube channel, Startup Success Lunch. Tell us about that.
It's where I have housed all of my podcast episodes. Having come from New York as a video producer, I know how to edit. So I always do the streaming podcast live on Facebook. So if you want to see the raw footage, you look at it on Facebook. Then I take it and I edit it before it goes to LinkedIn or YouTube. So you see the edited versions of the podcasts on YouTube. Any episode is less than 10 minutes long. So small bites, little bits of really practical information. And if you want more, you click on the links.
Sorry, I was muted there. I'm glad that I've got a garbage truck coming by and my husband's in the other room. I'm like, what is happening right now? So I'm glad you said that because Mary actually did some testimonials and it edited some really great videos for an event that I did. And so I will post that link so some of you can go see her work as well. And Mary, thank you again for that. Mary has so many skills. You have to book some time with her. 15 minutes is all it takes to really understand if you and her have the right synergy. She can invite you on one of her many shows. She can invite you to local opportunities, the venture cafe that she goes to. There's a lot of local ways that she's networking and bringing people together. And if you are looking to start up a business, or maybe you already have a business that you've started up, but you're really not sure what to do with that or how to get investors for that business. Like she said, she's going to be at the local library. I'm assuming those are free classes, Mary.
Those are free classes. And I also have office hours that people can sign up for. One of the things that I do, because most people who start a business, they know how to do something. They know how to make something. They know how to provide a service. They don't necessarily know business. And I am really good at filling in those gaps about what you need to know about business or how to hire someone for those particular gaps. and it's practical, tactical stuff. And I do it in baby steps. I'm not going to give you more homework than you can do in a week.
Good. We have all the links here below. So super, super simple for everyone to be able to follow those basic steps. Get in touch with Mary. She's a wealth of knowledge of years of, I mean, she's 50 years young here and has a wealth of knowledge, and she can bring all that experience and wisdom to you for you to be able to utilize in your business. If anything, I say spend the time picking her brain, right? To get to know.
Yeah, if you don't ask, the answer is no, and you have no idea who I know because I'm from New York.
I love that. You have no idea who Mary knows. And Mary, you do look young. I know that you are much, much, much older than that, which means you have even more wisdom and experience than most of us have. And so thank you so much for being a member of the LEAP community. You're a valuable member. We love seeing you around. And I've just seen you blossom in your business in the last year. So Mary, thank you so much for your advice today. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you here in America. And I'm excited to see what 2024 brings. And we will be back next week with another guest on the Member Monday Spotlight LEAP Community Morning Show. We'll see you then. Bye-bye for now.